morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm going to introduce the folks who are up here at the podium with me. We've got Susan Schultz, City Planner, Ernie Stafford, one of our officers, and Sergeant Terry Dixon, our Public Information Officer. So we're very glad to be here today. It's not often in what we do that we have such clear successes, that we've got such measurable victories. So today we're excited to share some of the results of this initiative. In May, the city kicked off the largest ever bicycle safety campaign that we've conducted. So we launched this effort in part to reduce the second highest fatality crash rate that we had here in the city of Grand Rapids statewide. So calling attention to that, we wanted our streets to be safe for everyone, motorcyclists, pedestrians, and bicyclists. So by educating the city about the new city's infrastructure and bicycle-related ordinances, we strengthened the relationship between our motoring public and our bicycling public. And we're excited to share the results of that initiative. So in an effort to be thorough, I'm going to read some of these results to capture just how successful we were. Our police reports show fatal or serious injury crashes in Grand Rapids were reduced from 11 in 2015 down to 2 in 2016. The two fatal serious crashes between May and September were an 81% decrease over the previous year. I'm going to state that again because that's so significant. An 81% decrease over the previous year. Total crashes involving bicyclists decreased by more than 40% from 2015 to 2016. In 2015, we had 72 bicycle-involved crashes, and that number dropped down to 42. The 42 crashes is the lowest number of bicycle-involved crashes going back to 2004, which was the first year that the city of Grand Rapids initiated a bicycle safety program. Statewide, there's been a slight decrease in bicycle crashes, but nothing along the percentages of what we've enjoyed here in Grand Rapids. And that hasn't been by circumstances. That's been the result of hard work and effort on the part of city planners, the folks behind this initiative, and our law enforcement folks who've been so diligently enforcing the bicycle statutes and educating the public. Susan?
Thank you, Chief Rahinsky. And thank you too, Officer Stafford. We have been together doing interviews and TV shows, so I greatly appreciate the time and energy that the officers have taken to work on this project. One of the priorities of the Driving Change campaign in 2016 was to improve the knowledge of and responsibilities of bicyclists and motorists. And through the good work of the police department and Officer Stafford, helping distribute information to the public and talking about this, we really feel that we've stepped up this commitment to bicycle safety. These materials that we've handed out inform both motorists and bicyclists about safe behavior on the road. What we really found is that people didn't know what the rules were, and we wanted to provide the educational material so that they could have a good understanding of what they were supposed to be doing. I'd also like to acknowledge Chris Zoll and Peter Levick, our Driving Change Steering Committee, and Good Marketing for all of their hard work in listening to our community, evaluating data, and developing a comprehensive education program that we are now here today to talk about and celebrate its success. Mayor Bliss and the City Commission have also been key in this, and they should be commended for their leadership and commitment to making Grand Rapids a bike-friendly community. Grand Rapids Driving Change campaign, in addition to the creation of new bicycle facilities and the passage of new ordinances, is helping to make our city's streets safe for bicyclists, motorists, and pedestrians. The campaign is funded primarily through a federal grant to the City of Grand Rapids in partnership with the Michigan Department of Transportation and is the largest of its kind in Michigan. Josh DeBrine is here today representing MDOT. And we'd like to thank Josh and the Bureau of Transportation for their leadership and partnership in this effort. The wisdom that he shared has been so great, and it's really been a true partnership. As I mentioned, one of the reasons that we started this campaign is that even though Kent County ranks 4th in the state in population, we've had the 3rd highest crash rate with car-bike crashes in 2014, with 51 crashes occurring, 2 of which were fatal. Clearly, we need to build a more respectful culture between bicyclists and motorists. And by working together with our commission, the police department, neighborhood associations, and more than 60 local stakeholder organizations, we are now moving forward to achieving the goal of having 0 deaths or accidents. We have several representatives here from different organizations who have served on our Driving Change Advisory Committee, and I'd like to acknowledge them. The Greater Grand Rapids Bicycle Coalition, Jay's here, the Grand Rapids Public Schools, city leaders and police departments serving Kentwood, Wyoming, Walker, East Grand Rapids, and many other communities in Kent County. Agencies like Spoke Folks, Freewheeler Bike Shop, Downtown Grand Rapids, Inc., and La Mejor, which has provided invaluable support in helping us reach out to our Hispanic community with radio and TV ads. Volunteers and our local partners with the Driving Change campaign handed out 4,000 free bicycle lights and thousands of educational materials to the Greater Grand Rapids community this summer alone. The Driving Change campaign messaging has been seen by more than 32 million times over the course of the summer through TV and radio ads, billboards, social media, community forums, and even at the gas pump if you're pumping gas. We conducted a survey of Grand Rapids residents before the Driving Change campaign launched in May and after the campaign's conclusion. I'm delighted to announce to you today that the Greater Grand Rapids community is embracing our Driving Change message. They are also more informed of the rules and how to share the road. 94% of people say that they are at least somewhat familiar with the rules for bicyclists, and 4 in 10 people now say they are very familiar with the rules. A majority of Grand Rapids residents now know that they must leave at least a 5-foot passing zone between the vehicle and a bicyclist when they're trying to pass, which was a new ordinance that the Commission passed last year. The 5-foot rule was the first in the state of Michigan to be adopted and now is being considered at the state level. And so because of that, we really think that a level of awareness has increased far beyond what we initially started with at the beginning of the campaign. We've also seen an increase in the confidence in terms of the perception of Grand Rapids as a bicycle-friendly community. One of our new survey results showed a majority of Greater Grand Rapids residents now believe Grand Rapids to be a bike safety community. They believe also that the bicyclists in Greater Grand Rapids typically follow the rules of the road and that drivers typically treat bicyclists with respect. Today, 94% of people in Greater Grand Rapids agree that automobile drivers should receive a ticket for breaking the rules that are meant to protect bicyclist safety on the road. And equally impressive is that 93% of people in Greater Grand Rapids now agree that cyclists should also receive a ticket if they are breaking the rules of the road. So we want fair for everybody. We can all get tickets for not following the rules. There's a significant increase in agreement that everyone should understand the rules and that we should be enforcing them. Safe places to walk and bike are essential in supporting vibrant, active communities. And it's important to note that bicyclists are vulnerable road users. They don't have the protection that you do in a car. And so understanding that and being aware of your surroundings, whether it's not texting while driving, but acknowledging and then giving the proper space for those cyclists on the road is absolutely key to making Grand Rapids not only known as the beer city or the furniture city, but also the bicycle safety city. We look forward to having a second year in campaign this coming next spring. We'll be seeking partnerships to really extend the reach into the community so that everyone gets this message again. Let's top the 32 million views and go even further because we know this campaign is having a substantial impact on the relationship between drivers of cars and drivers of bikes on our road. And so we're going to be providing more information in May, and I'll let Chief Rohinsky have his closing comments.
And in closing, I just want to call attention again, reiterate what a community success this is. This speaks well to the bicycling public. It speaks well to the motoring public. It speaks well to our law enforcement folks who've so diligently been out there working for this everyone's safety. And I think the fact that the numbers are what they are, 40% reduction, 93% compliance in terms of people respecting the rights of bicyclists and motorists alike, truly makes us once again, a city on the cutting edge of development. So thanks for joining us today.